Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Lunch Break Podcast. I'm here with Dana.
Hello.
And I'm Megan. So let's dive into it.
Yeah. So, exciting news. New season of The Bachelorette is back.
Yep.
And I know you're not really into The Bachelorette.
I'm not. I really have never watched it religiously.
Yeah.
I've watched a couple episodes here and there with friends when they're really into it, but me, myself, and I have not really watched it much. So can you tell me a little bit about?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to get into when it's just you on your own because there's so much drama that happens that to get into it, you have to bounce it off with someone. So we're doing something a little fun now. Every Monday night, getting together for a girls' night, having some wine. But yeah, I just think it's really interesting how many people come out of Bachelor Nation, quote, as influencers.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so interesting to me, and I kind of just wanted to talk quickly about why we think that is.
Yeah, I think that is a great point. I think it's such a broad audience. Like, obviously, we've seen The Bachelor show grow from when it started to what it is now. It's crazy. It's been through a lot of transitions, obviously, as we've seen. I didn't watch when the whole Chris Harrison stuff went down, but I read a lot about it just because I thought it was interesting. Anytime you change kind of, not directors, but like almost he acts as like the narrator of the show. I think that can cause a lot of shifting. And I think it's crazy how strong the show has held, even with him like transitioning out. So the fact that everyone becomes an influencer after doesn't shock me just because of their peer following on social media and all the attention they get during the show.
Although I think it's interesting because this season in Bachelor history, the premiere night or the first night had the lowest viewing in Bachelor history.
Really?
Which could be due to Chris Harrison dropping off or just people getting tired. It's kind of the same old drama, which I can agree with, but there's no denying that it's entertaining.
For sure. Entertaining, and I mean, that does beg the question, though, like, is it dying out? Like, at what point does a show kind of fizzle out and get old?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it the same thing? Like, what keeps you watching?
I kind of got into it because my mom and I watched it together. It was kind of a ritual. Every Monday night, we would get a pizza, have a glass of wine, and watch it together. And it was kind of the drama of, like, I don't know, going back and forth with my mom and being like, oh gosh, Christy's on again, like the villain of the season.
Right.
And it was something we look forward to every Monday. But now I kind of look at it as there's like, when I think back to influencer marketing, I think like, why do I follow these people that come out of Bachelor Nation? And I just watch the entire season. I feel like I'm their friend. I get to know them. I watch their love journey unfold. Sometimes I watch their heartbreak. And afterwards, I just want to know what they're up to in life. Yeah. So a lot of the people that I follow mostly are girls. And I pretty much just want to know, what they're up to after. And then kind of a side bonus is I can appreciate how much work goes into being on reality TV and how much research they probably do on like clothes, products, stuff like that, that I'm like, where did they get that dress that they wore on the show? What do they use for their makeup? What kind of skincare routine do they have? I feel like that's kind of an added bonus.
That's so true. I never thought of that. I was going to ask, like, would you be influenced by them if they were, like, promoting a product other than those, like, skinny gummy bear things that make you skinny? Because we all know that that's not real. Yep. But beyond that, like, if they were promoting, like, a skin product that they really liked, like, would you be influenced by that?
Yeah, and I have been. Yeah. Just because, like I just said, you see them on TV, you trust the research that they did going into being on The Bachelor, you saw them in a very real setting, so you kind of feel like you know them a little bit more. So yeah.
My question is, like,
a culprit.
Yeah, which is fair. But do you think, like, that they're getting paid to promote the product and, like, they don't really care? Like, do you think that they actually like the product? Or how much do you think it plays into, like, they need money at the end of the day? And, like, if they don't, because they come on usually and they have very real jobs. Like, people, I mean, these people are, like, lawyers and pilots and all this stuff. I'm like, you quit your job for 6 months? Do you take, like, a leave of absence to, like, come on this show? It shocks me every time, like, the high level of education that some of these people have to come on this reality TV show and then go on to be more of an influencer than their initial, like, job role.
Yeah, that's completely fair. And there's no way that people know going into it, these people, they're coming in as lawyers, pilots, doctors. They're leaving not going to be
Heartbroken.
Or leaving not having their job anymore.
Yeah.
They're leaving knowing that they're going to be an influencer.
But that's kind of what they say on the show. Like, I came here, I took a risk, I quit my job, all to find love. And I'm like, oh my God.
Bullshit!
Yeah, like, I could never. Oh my God. Like, I'm like, Jesus.
Never.
I could never.
But yeah, that's why it always kills me. You cannot get through an episode without hearing, they're not here for the right reasons.
The right reasons.
They are here for the wrong reasons.
So what, Dana, in your opinion, what are some of the wrong reasons?
I think mainly what they get at is going on, trying to increase their following, increase the hype around them, leave becoming an influencer. Yeah. Kind of, because there are so many people from Bachelor Nation that become influencers, it's kind of getting the attention of companies that could ask you to promote their products. I think that's mainly what it's become.
That's fair. Very fair. I think there's also a little element to, I know that The Bachelor has not just The Bachelor and Bachelorette, but maybe like Bachelor in Paradise, and I think they did like a music one too, I saw at one point. So it's like maybe they also go on to hopefully go on Bachelor in Paradise and spend, a couple weeks on a beach.
Yeah,
in
that
Mexico.
Or hopefully become the next Bachelor or Bachelorette.
True. And then have the pick of all of them.
The drama.
The drama. It's crazy. Well, so then in your opinion, what are some of the right reasons?
Love and a happily ever after? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What kind of a question is that?
Hashtag love. Like,
Hashtag
what else do you want
love?
to find? Okay, fair. I love that. So we're watching this season. I did not commit many of the men to memory, but do you have like a running favorite right now?
Well, okay, I'll be honest. I didn't watch the first episode. I jumped in the second episode, and that's as far as we are.
Okay.
So that's about all I know.
Yeah.
But I loved, let me look up his name really quick, Nate, who went on the date with Gabby.
Yes.
I loved their connection.
Yeah.
I thought he was so genuine. He got really emotional when he talked about his daughter. Honestly, I think he's so wholesome, and he's such a good guy. I say that after seeing a 10-minute date from him on TV, so don't take my word for that, but that's just general instinct. I think he needs to be protected at all costs. I think he's a really good person.
Good. Yeah, no, I agree. Especially because in the plane, remember they flew, I believe, to the hot tub on like the runway strip. But in the plane, he said, yeah, the views were beautiful up there, but I could only look at one, and it was Gabby, and it was like, oh, how sweet is that?
It's like, wow, I'm actually cringing a little bit, but it's kind of cute.
I was like, it's so sweet, gagging.
Love that. But yeah, I like him a lot, and I think, well, I did a little bit more digging into him, and I saw that he deleted his Instagram. So I think that is a good sign.
Talk about the right reasons.
Yeah, I think that's a good sign that he's not going on it to grow his Instagram following or to become an influencer, because he's showing that he's really just there for her.
Yeah, and he's from Chicago, correct? He's from
engineer. Carrier Mills, Illinois.
Okay.
An electrical engineer.
But
yeah, I thought it would kind of be fun to go through the other guys, kind of in addition to Nate, and kind of give our, I guess, first impressions.
Okay.
If we think they are on there for the right or wrong reasons, and kind of say why we think that, whether we think they'll be a good influencer, bad influencer, just based on initial impressions.
I love it. Let's dive in. All right, we're rating Bachelor guys and what products they would maybe influence, and just see what our first impressions were after episode 1 and 2 of The Bachelorette. Zach S., 25, tech executive from Anaheim Hills, California. He'd love to be Spider-Man for a day, but who wouldn't? Doesn't like breakfast. Eggs just do not agree with him.
It's questionable.
And loves beach volleyball and is the master of Top Gun. High five.
Initial thoughts. He's 25 and an executive. How does that happen? And is he falsely amplifying his resume to get on The Bachelorette?
Yes. I feel like that's myself calling myself a bev cart girl, but actually saying I was like beverage manager of the golf course.
She is a drink executive, you people.
Exactly. Mixologist, actually.
All right, she's a mixologist.
Yeah.
All right, so that's my one red flag, but I don't know. I don't really see him as interesting, unimpressionable. I don't really see him as an influencer.
I agree. And loves beach volleyball, though, and so maybe we should recruit him for our next volleyball game.
All right, we'll give you a call, Zach S. All right, next up is Tyler N., 25, small business owner from Wildwood, New Jersey. Fun facts, he dreams of visiting every park in the MLB, likes country music, but only that he can dance to, and is not a good multitasker. What do you think of Tyler N.?
Well, Tyler, you wouldn't do very well at Fifth Color because we multitask a lot. We are always multitasking, and that's a fact about us.
Yeah, I wonder what his small business is if he's not a good
multitasker. Sorry, Tyler, your small business may fail.
It's about to fail. That's why you need to become an influencer.
Oh my gosh. I feel like just looking at Tyler, like, what is he gonna... He's gonna influence some skincare product because just looking at his face and smile, I feel like he has, like, a very long skin routine. Like, the guys are like, all right, head into bed, bro. Head into bed. And he's got, like, 25 minutes at least before he can crawl into bed because he's doing his skincare routine. So
he's like, let me just put in, like, a mask on my hair and then I'll get my cap and then we'll be ready to go. I'll be ready for bed.
I just feel like he'd be promoting some, like, charcoal skin, like, face mask kind of thing.
Okay.
I don't think I'd be influenced. His skin's a little too perfect.
Okay. So we think he's a small business owner for skincare. And he wants to give his business more publicity.
Yep, and needs to be better about multitasking.
All right, it's been decided. Tyler N., wrong reasons.
Facts. All right, Tino. Okay, that's a fun name. I don't remember meeting him. Tino, 27, general contractor.
It's vague.
Valencia, California. Another California boy. Some fun facts. He enjoys reading the Wall Street Journal. Okay, like...
We got a smarty on.
We have a smarty pants on our hands. Says 90% of what he eats is meat.
Interesting.
So stay away from the vegans. And dreams of surfing in Bali. Like, yeah, I guess.
My initial thoughts on this one, anytime someone says, I want to travel, I want to surf in this spot, into their Bachelor profile, they typically just want to go on The Bachelorette to travel.
Oh, that's so true. Whoa.
Or they want to give them hints like, if I'm on a one-on-one, take me to Bali to go surfing because I'll be so hyped about it.
Dana, digging for those red flags. Digging for those red flags. But that is so true. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
And he really went, like in the hierarchy of fun facts, like he really went nice and easy to start and then just dove right into the meat thing, which I'm all for. I like meat too. Don't get me wrong, love my meats. But 90% of his diet is meat. I think that's really aggressive. Scary, honestly. A little scary.
And the fact that that's one of the top 3 things that he wants a potential girlfriend to know about.
Right, like couldn't have said, I have a dog.
Like, we're going to a restaurant, I'm getting a meat, no sides.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Influencer for meat.
Yeah. Influencer for meat. All right, next up is Termaine. He is 28, crypto guy.
Oh.
Interesting.
Red flag.
From Naperville, Illinois.
Oh, another red flag.
Oh, no. He is... Oh, sorry. Fun facts. He loves double dates, would love to snuggle with a baby cheetah, and doesn't like sweets. Initial thoughts.
This guy is a walking red flag. I don't know, but walking red flag.
Crypto
doesn't
guy.
Like sweets. You're telling me after dinner, he doesn't want a little something sweet?
You need to end with a little something sweet.
Psychotic.
Yeah.
Moving on. I can't.
Moving on. Next. Not an influencer. Or
Spencer.
At least not a good one.
Spencer S., 27, venture capitalist, finance bro, Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, I think. Am I? Michigan. Some fun facts. Nothing makes him happier than seeing the Detroit Lions win. Yuck. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack.
Pat's waving his fist. He's a Detroit fan.
Yuck.
Yuck. Go Pack, go. Gets a lot of compliments on his eyebrows.
Interesting.
Oh, they are bushy. Yeah. Thinks EDM is ridiculous. what is it, like ridiculously good?
Probably
Or
ridiculously bad.
bad?
As soon as you said finance bro, that's about all I can see from him.
Mhm.
And that's like a next for me.
It is even like he's like folding his hands like
He's like, let's get down to business and talk about
to defeat the Huns.
Yeah, it's certificates of deposit.
Moving on.
All right, next. Quincy, 25. Wait for it. Life coach. Red flag!
Red flag! Red flag! So how are you 25 but a life coach?
Honestly, he's got to be like a life coach for 8-year-olds. How could he possibly be a life coach for anyone older than himself?
I feel like, yeah, that's maybe worth looking up. Because maybe he is like a life coach for young, like youth in the foster care system. Like maybe that is a good thing. I don't mean to make fun of him, but like there's the fact that he labels himself life coach as a 25-year-old.
Moving on from the job title. He's from Miami, Florida. Fun facts about him. Loves high vibration music, whatever that means. Admits he's a bad texter. Could watch Space Jam on repeat and never get bored. I feel like he's the type of guy, just based on life coach, bad texter, and his legs being crossed like this in his photo. He's the type of guy that would put his phone away and be like, all right, let's like dive deep into you. Like, let's just talk you for a minute.
I agree.
And then I would get the ick.
I would get the ick, and then also he kind of seems like a gaslighter a little bit. Like I'm curious to see how the season plays out because like that description doesn't sit well with me. But I hope for the best for him.
Moving on.
Nate, we already talked about Nate. Love Nate.
Love him.
I can't say a bad thing about him, so we're moving on.
Some fun facts about him though. Favorite movie is How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Absolutely. Yes. That's one of my favorites too. Enjoys an occasional gas station icy. Okay, down to earth.
So fun.
Doesn't do mosh pits. Me either, Nate.
Neither. Oh, me either. Yep.
All right, next.
All right, Michael V. 32, pharmaceutical salesman, Long Beach, California. Some fun facts. His parents love him. I sure hope they do. Not afraid to...
It's parents love him.
Oh.
I sure hope they do. So funny.
Oh my god. Okay. Just parents in general. Well, we'll see if it comes to hometowns. I don't know. Not afraid to admit that he's a bad cook. Me too, honey. And loves Harry Potter and wants to visit the wizarding world.
Oh gosh. I thought he was unimpressionable. I didn't really have any notes about him. I didn't have any red flags. I don't think he would be an influencer. I think he's genuinely on there to find love. Yeah. I feel like Michael is there for the right reasons.
Absolutely.
All right. Next, Mario V. Mm-hmm. He's 31, personal trainer from Naperville, Illinois. Fun facts. He's a Tetris superstar. That's fun. Loves tulips and likes to end his day by listening to 90s R&B.
Okay.
That's a fun fact.
That is fun. So I remember Mario because didn't he get the first impression rose from Gabby?
Yeah.
Okay, so got the first impression rose, but then last episode, didn't he end the night with Rachel? Like he was doing some workouts, showing her some workouts. That's a personal trainer.
Ooh, bad vibes.
Only because, yeah, I feel like you got to stick with one. I don't know. It's early. I don't think he's not a red flag yet, but I think it'll be interesting to see it play out.
Mm-hmm. A little background for people that don't know. This is the first season of The Bachelorette where they have 2 bachelorettes. So they've had one season in the past where they had 2 bachelorettes, but then they made the guys choose which one they wanted to pursue on the first night. This is the first season where they're having both bachelorettes through the entire season. So
it makes
crazy. It a little interesting.
It is crazy.
So what do we think about Mario? I think maybe since he's a personal trainer, we've seen people in the past kind of go on and try to enhance their like gym business.
Oh, true.
So I think that he could be like an influencer for that, like a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. That's true.
and workouts.
You never know. I like him so far. We'll just see. We'll see it play out.
Yeah.
All right. Logan. Logan P, 26, videographer.
Like that.
Hire? Phoenix, Arizona. Like that too. Some fun facts. Lifelong crush is Elaine from Seinfeld. That's so
adorable.
wholesome.
Yeah.
Isn't afraid to skinny dip. Okay. Just diving right in. Loves corn dogs.
We do
Oh
too.
my god, we do too.
But only the mini ones.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The big ones on the stick? No,
It's
not
just
for
harder.
me. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say I'm a big fan. I like that he's a videographer.
Mhm.
I think that there's potential maybe with Fifth Color on that end.
You can't do it remote though. You have to be here.
Yeah, he has to move from Phoenix. That's okay. I think the Seinfeld thing is really wholesome. Skinny dipping, you know what? We all have a weird side.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I like him.
Mhm.
I think he'll go far, and I think he would be a good influencer too. I think he would share some really cool content.
I agree.
All right, up next, Kirk B, 29, college football coach,
Nice.
Bullard, Texas.
Texas. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I could picture him with a cowboy hat.
Mhm.
Fun facts. Loves golf, but isn't very good at it.
Mm.
Never wears white while eating spaghetti. Would love to visit Santorini one day. Again with the travel.
Again with the travel. I have to say, now that you brought that to my attention, red flag.
Yeah, that's a red flag, but I find him to be very wholesome. I see, like, small town football coach, and I see, like...
The cross that he's wearing.
He's got to be wholesome.
He's gotta be.
But yeah, I think he's wholesome. I think he's there for the right reasons.
And he never wears white while eating spaghetti, which is smart.
It's kind of cute.
All right, Jordan H, 35, a little older, software developer. Could also use him at Fifth Color.
Yeah, come work for us.
He's from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Some fun facts about him. He's an amateur dirt bike racer. 4th of July is his favorite holiday. Easy. Loves Florida, but hates Florida drivers.
I also thought he was kind of unimpressionable.
Yeah, I can say he doesn't ring a bell, but there's a lot of guys right now, so it's hard to keep them all straight.
I know. It is hard when
Yeah.
you're 2 days in. We're sorry, Jordan, but you seem nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Johnny D. 24. He's younger than me.
He's so, yeah.
Realtor, Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. Fun facts. Childhood dream was to be a rapper. Loves to make corny jokes. Loves fishing. First red flag. His name is Johnny DeFilio, and his Instagram handle is Johnny X Depp. I feel like that's a red flag. I feel like he wants to get as famous as Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
one
he's
day.
hoping people accidentally follow him instead of Johnny Depp.
Yeah. So that was my one red flag. I don't know. It's hard to grasp this one.
I feel like his fun facts were really boring. I'm not gonna lie. Like
Loves fishing.
Yeah.
I think you can do better than
Right.
that. Like, loves deep water fishing with blah, blah, blah.
if I want to find a guy who loves fishing, I can go on my local Tinder network and find any guy holding a fish.
So
Like,
true.
like it's just facts, and like
Oh my god.
it's not unique. You need to be like, these captions need to be unique for us to remember you.
Yeah. That's so true. Online dating in Wisconsin. Man holding fish. Man holding deer. Man holding bigger fish.
And they never smile either. They just stare straight into the camera, and it's like,
This is online dating.
oh my goodness.
All right, Johnny, moving on.
James Meatball C.
I love meatball.
Meatball. I feel like it's all he talks about, though. Meatball enthusiast. He's 25. I'm not going to pronounce the city that he's from, but it's in Illinois. And huge LeBron James fan. Loves to water ski. And nothing makes him happier than a plate of piping hot meatballs.
Okay, honestly, I love the dedication to the joke.
It is funny.
It's hilarious. I don't know why, but I love this guy, and I think it's a really creative idea to show that you're not trying to, like, impress anyone when your occupation is literally meatball enthusiast. I think
true.
that's so funny, and it's a creative way to kind of, I don't know, be seen
Yeah.
in a room with 30 different guys.
Definitely. Well, it's just funny too. My roommate Elise was like, I wish I had a cute like nickname. Like you go by Meg and like I just want a cute nickname. And I was thinking about it when I was reading this. I'm like, he probably wanted a cute nickname too, and he got Meatball. So we deal with what we got.
But I think he would be a really funny influencer to follow too. I think he'd put out some good content. So
Definitely.
I'd follow you, Meatball.
Yep.
All right. Next is Jacob R. He's 27, mortgage broker from Sonora, California. Fun facts: reads 30 to 40 books per year, loves to camp in national parks, doesn't eat cake.
Weird. So this is what everyone's calling Tarzan, right? Isn't that because of his first impression?
Yes.
Okay.
Good memory.
Yes.
And he was also wearing a Tarzan Speedo in episode 2.
Yes. That's where I'm like, why do I want to call him Tarzan? And I'm like, that's weird of me. Okay, that's what I thought. So Tarzan, I have to give him the green light only because love Tarzan, and Phil Collins made that album just unforgettable. So now when I see him, I think of Tarzan, which makes me think of Phil Collins, which makes me think of the best album on earth. So green light.
I think he would be a guy to maybe get a modeling gig. I think he's an attractive guy and move from mortgage broker to model and then become an influencer.
He's definitely going to influence.
All right. We guessed it here first. Mortgage broker turned model.
All right. Hayden M., 29, leisure executive.
What does that mean?
I'm not sure what that means. Savannah, Georgia. Love that city. Loves baked potatoes. Likes to end his day with a dip in the hot tub. Loves country music and would thrive at Stagecoach.
I also think that's a red flag because so many people that were like once on Bachelor or Bachelorette always end up going to Stagecoach.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think he wants to get there. He wants to be the one invited to Stagecoach.
With like
one
the rest
going
of the
there.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's like kind of an outsider, but he wants to get in.
Yeah. I agree. He kind of looks like one of those guys who's an outsider. But
it's like, yo guys, where are we going for the next
Yeah,
party?
yeah. He's and everyone's like,
yeah, we'll get back to you with the deets.
Yeah.
All right. Next is Eric S., 29, real estate analyst from Bedminster, New Jersey. Fun facts about him: no interest in going in the escape room. Likes wine, both red and white, and dreams of seeing the Northern Lights in person. I find the escape room comment so funny.
I think he might be a perfect match for me. All of the fun facts, I'm like,
amazing.
Yes. Escape rooms scare me, love red wine and white wine, and also dream of seeing the Northern Lights in person. So maybe we're,
okay.
I don't know, maybe
what
we're
do you think about New Jersey?
Soulmates.
New Jersey, Sheboygan, like how would that work?
Maybe clash, but you never know until you try. So.
Oh my gosh, Eric,
let me know.
Eric, you heard it here first. Moving on. That's all we need to know.
That's all we need to know.
All right.
Chris A., 30, mentality coach, red flag. Redondo Beach, California, recently sent home. Kind of the first villain of the season, and that's noteworthy because we have a lot to say about him. I feel like.
So much to say.
But some fun facts. Loves mangoes, or should I say loved, because it's past tense. Has written 2 books and says he is his own favorite author. Another red flag. And then when asked what he fears in life, he says, I don't choose fear.
Oh my God, so many red flags. I think he went into the Bachelorette wanting to be the villain.
Absolutely.
He filled out this questionnaire being like, I want people to hate me.
Villain energy immediately, like, knew what he was doing when he filled that out.
He's his own favorite author, and he doesn't choose fear.
He was just, but immediately from the start, like, I even feel like he was trying to stir up drama. He'd be like, trying to bring up stuff to get the guys to say things that, like, they weren't going to say. Mm-hmm. I don't know. He just was, like, immediately, like, his ego was through the roof, and, like, I didn't like him from the minute he stepped through that door. Very glad he got sent home, and I liked kind of, like, the drama at the end of the episode.
Yeah, I think past episodes of Bachelor or Bachelorette, they I don't know if they needed to give the villain the rose or if they like didn't see what was going on in the background, but Gabby and Rachel kind of nipped this in the bud and just said, you need to go. He came back. They're like, no, go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I liked that they were aggressive about it and they didn't really put up with the bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as being an influencer goes, I think he would be the type of person who thought he was a great influencer, but he was the only one that enjoyed his own content.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the guy that likes his own post.
Yeah, exactly.
And not just for like the algorithm, but just because he really does like it.
Ugh. And the villain, spoiler alert, never gets that many followers.
No.
They never do.
Mm-mm.
All right, that's all for you, Chris. Next is Brendan H. He's 23, kind of young. He's a bartender from Carlsbad, California. Fun facts, he's terrified of slugs. He likes to go to the batting cages, and he loves Disneyland, and every year he goes on his birthday.
A man after my heart. That's so cute. Oh, that's so cute.
Meg loves her Disney.
I love Disney. I'm not a Disney adult, but I do love my Disney. 23 is pretty young, especially, I don't know the age of the girls, but they're like
I
late
think they're late 20s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but that's okay. Every now and then.
It's fine.
You know, you go for the younger. I don't have any red flags with him at this point. Some would say, like, being a bartender still, but he's young. I don't know. I don't have any red flags. I, too, am terrified of slugs.
The last season of The Bachelor, where there was a lot of girls going after the same guy, I think the complaint from Bachelor Nation was that there were too many young contestants.
Yeah.
So there was so much drama that no one really cared about, and they weren't as serious about finding love. So that's my only red flag, is that since he's so young, is he ready for commitment and marriage and everything that comes with it, or is he just on it trying to have fun and being like, oh, I'll travel, I'll meet some people, I'll get the like extra followers, it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, could be an influencer, could not be. I think he'd be a good one though.
Yeah. All right, moving on. I don't really know how to say his name, so I'm just gonna say it really fast. Avon, Jay, 28, sales executive, Beverly, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fun facts. Enjoys slow dancing, allows himself to eat out only once a week, and is a Yahtzee champ and describes his gameplay as intense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Initially, with the second bullet, allows himself to only eat out once a week. I could see him being like a workout, healthy lifestyle influencer. Who only allows himself to eat out once a week?
Yeah, that
Let's
is
be honest.
a lot of like social. What's the word?
Self-control.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That's just self-control right
That's
there.
a lot of self-control.
Yeah.
Props to you, Avon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Red flag.
Last, but certainly not least, is Alec G. He's 27, wedding photographer, Houston, Texas. Fun facts about him. Nothing makes him happier than a fresh haircut. Interesting. Once worked as a DJ at a roller rink. That sounds fun. And if he could travel back in time, he would go to the 1800s and be an outlaw cowboy. All right, Alec. That's fun. Those are, like, that's the type of creativity you need in your bachelorette bio.
Yeah.
Not, I like fishing.
Right. Enjoys fishing. It's like, okay.
It also sounds like he makes under $25,000 a year.
Yeah, you're not, they're not going to be gold diggers if they choose him, let's just say. But.
Once worked as a DJ.
Yeah. Okay. I was, I don't remember him from the show, I will say.
I honestly don't either.
Impressionable.
But he looks really sweet.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see him being an influencer too, kind of going back to the videographer. I think he would give really, really good content. I think that would really bring his wedding photography business to the next level. It would give him the following he needs. I could see people who are like really big Bachelor and Bachelorette fans being like, I want to hire the photographer who was on The Bachelorette for my wedding.
Oh, that's true.
So I think I could see him being an influencer in that way.
Could be good for him,
Yeah.
I like it. That's so funny. I love that we did that. We really just analyzed all of the contestants, as if our opinion matters, but that was so fun.
Yeah, that was Awesome.
Best of luck to all of the soon-to-be influencers.
Yeah. We'll follow you. We'll give you a follow.
So Dana, we all know about this Little Miss trend that is happening, kind of blew up in the last week, and we, as Fifth Color, just posted some yesterday that were pretty relatable. So for the podcast, I wanted to create a few, me creating a few for you, you creating a few for I, seeing kind of what we think about it, and then just kind of analyzing like how these things blow up and like how long they kind of last as a trend. So I think first we can go a little back and forth.
Oh my gosh, we're going to start with that? I love that.
Yeah, let's start with it. All
right.
You go first if you have any for me.
Oh, I got some for you.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right. First is Little Miss, I got bored and got tattoos. All right, show everyone your tattoos.
All of my tattoos are walk-ins. I have never once had an appointment, and I have 5 tattoos. So that means I have walked in 5 times to get random-ass tattoos that were not thought up. The year I was born, a tiara, the word forward when I graduated from Wisconsin. I have a tree on my back, and then...
Your M.
Oh, my M, yeah. For me, Megan. Yeah.
And your birth year, right?
Yeah, I showed that one, yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Little Miss, I got bored and got tattoos.
That is so good. That's true. All right. Little Miss Irish goodbye.
Oh. That is so mean.
You Irish exit all the time. We were just at a wedding this weekend, and everyone's playing bags, having a drink. Dana's like, "Are you ready to go?" I'm like, "Yeah, should we say bye to everyone?"
Under my breath. You ready to go?
Dana's like, "No, I think that might take a long time. We should just skirt out here." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." So we just skirted out the next day. Everyone's like, "Where'd you guys go? Like, you guys just gone?" Like, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not mad about it.
No, it saves you you've probably saved a lot of time in your life. Because that Wisconsin goodbye is long.
Honestly. Hey, tell your folks I say hey.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Oh, speaking of.
Oh, we better get going.
Yeah, that is brutal. So I don't blame you.
Yeah, honestly, when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And I'm just like...
Outie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny. All right. My next one for you is Little Miss takes a picture of her cat whenever they're sleeping cute.
Oh my god, what she does, she cuddles on me, she rests in, and then she puts one paw out all the way. And then the worst part, she digs her claws in because she's comfortable. That is the worst part. But that's facts. I'm always like trying to get the good angle, but not like get me in it because I don't look good. Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god. All right.
I'm
this
nervous.
Is so funny. Little Miss Ariana Grande.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Tell them about,
Anytime Megan's a bold instructor, and anytime she's trying to make a playlist or asks me for a song, she's like, yeah, just give me any song that you want to ride to. And every single time I say, you know, I just really love Riding to NASA by Ariana Grande. I love that song. And she plays it every time I ask her to, but it's just the only song that ever comes to mind.
Yes. And then when we carpooled one time in her car, she was playing Ariana Grande, and then maybe like a day or two later, she's still playing that Ariana Grande album, and then 2 more days later, I carpool again. I'm like, damn, Dana, like, I really like Ariana Grande, but like, is that all you listen to? She's like, oh, well, like, my mom's car just automatically plays this album when I get in, so I just leave it.
I honestly, anytime I get in the car and drive, I don't even think about the music. As long as something's playing in the background, I'm just like, oh, that's just white noise.
Do you ever just drive in silence and then you realize, like, 10 minutes later, oh my god, I'm driving in silence?
Am I a psychopath for doing that?
Just deep in thought.
All right. This leads me into my next one for you. Little Miss has a playlist for every occasion.
That is true. I have so many playlists now because of Bold, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, honestly, if I ever need a playlist for anything, I'm going to you for it.
I got you. Any vibe, anything you want to feel, I got you.
Cool.
All right. Little Miss, leftovers for lunch.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me?
Always. Dana always has this a tiny little container of leftovers that she like made from the night before for lunch, and like Doesn't matter what day it is. There's just always like a little plate of something. It's just perfect.
Yeah, I hate wasting food, and if we make a lot of food for dinner, I know my boyfriend will not eat it for lunch.
Yeah.
It's sitting in the fridge and it's not being touched unless I eat it.
Yeah.
So if I do not want food waste, I need to take leftovers every day.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Little Miss iced coffee only.
Yes. Hot liquid. Gross. Not my thing. I don't want to like put the cup to my lips and it be like steaming hot. That is nasty to me.
Yeah.
Love a good ice shake. You know, you ever just sit there and it's just a little too quiet, so you like pick up and just so everyone knows that I have an iced coffee.
Just like to break the awkward
Yeah,
silence.
exactly.
Yeah, there are some people who are just like, I only drink iced coffee. Like, that's just my drink, and you're definitely one of those people.
I am.
Love that about you.
Wow, people are getting to know us so well.
I know,
today.
I love this.
All right, last one I have for you. Little Miss, circling back on this.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness.
So Dana is client-facing. She has 6 or 7 clients, and she is constantly emailing them, communicating with them. And she is the queen of corporate jargon in her emails.
Absolutely.
She is always saying, per my last email, or I just want to circle back on this for the low-hanging fruit. And it just...
Don't think I've said that one, but...
It just kills me every time.
But yeah, it's a lot to kind of have to keep straight.
Yeah.
And if I don't hear back from someone for a couple of days, I'm like, all right,
Circling back.
where are they? I
Yep.
need to like get this going.
Absolutely.
Circling back here.
Yeah.
Did you get my email?
Right.
All right, I have like 5 more for you, but I'm going to pick the best.
Okay.
Since you said earlier, well, I'll just say it first. Little Miss Disney Adult.
I hate it.
Since you said
I hate
earlier.
the worst part is though that I have to defend that I'm not, and I don't know how to explain that I'm not. Other than you're just, if you think I'm a Disney adult, you haven't been to Disney and done it the way I do it. Like that's my best way of describing it, but people don't believe me.
I just thought it was too funny because earlier you had to say, he sounds like a Disney adult, but I'm not.
I'm not.
And I literally had written down Little Miss Disney Adult. I'm like, I cannot wait until like 10 minutes from now.
It's hard to explain. So the first time I went to Disney, I was not even 3. I was like 2.5. Obviously, I don't remember it. But it's to this day, like my grandparents and my parents' like favorite vacation they've ever taken. My parents bought timeshare in Disney afterwards, and we've been back once, maybe even twice a year, every time after that. So I've literally done everything there is to do at Disney. We now focus more on like the meals and the quality food and then some of the golf as well. But it's the best people watching, and all I'm saying is I don't wear like the Minnie Mouse ears. I still love Minnie, and like if I see her, I will get a picture with her, but like I'm not wearing the ears, okay? Like
that's where I draw the line.
that is where I draw the line.
Oh, that's so funny. This is so fun.
Oh my gosh.
All right, well, now we have to circle back. So that's
circling back.
That's the trend. So now let's circle back. Like, how do things like this blow up? How do trends happen? And why do we think that this trend specifically blew up?
Yeah. So it's funny, we talk a lot here at Fifth Color and with our clients about bringing humor back into the marketing space. Like, I think it was kind of not lost during COVID, but it just wasn't the time for it during COVID. Right. And now, not that we are past COVID, I mean, it's still floating around. But now that we're kind of trying to deal with that post-pandemic marketing tactic, like, style, humor is, like, coming back. Or at least consumers want it to come back. I read a stat that 91% of consumers are like craving humor, but 95% of companies aren't delivering. And I don't know if they're scared to offend or what, but humor is hard to come by. What I said is that I think I find things funny when they're relatable. And like I think the best way to get to be humorous is to be relatable. And I think this trend is just relatable. It's people coming up with relatable content that's share worthy, and that's how it blows up. So I think that's kind of how it blows up, because people relate to it, they share. But then on top of it, like, people crave relatability because it kind of validates their life experiences and gives them this like sense of comfort. And so that's why I think it's so share worthy, and that's how it blows up.
Yeah, I completely agree with all of that. I think when you say that it's relatable, I love that it's poking fun at people's personalities, emotions, and their toxic traits.
Yes.
And it kind of makes people think, oh, that's not just me. Oh,
Right.
that's other people. There's a million other people that shared this
Right.
and that like this and comment on this. And it makes you kind of accept your toxic traits. And I think there's a lot of reasons why things blow up, but I think the timing is really big too. I think if companies do want to jump on trends, they have to do it quickly because things don't stay viral for long.
Yeah.
And I also think that it needs to be unique too. So, like, this is something that we've never seen before.
Right.
This is something that, people, it's never been seen, it's creative, it's unique, and it makes them want to share it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's easy too. I mean, companies jumped on the trend. I don't know who started it, but companies jump on the trend because the design wise, like, it's easy to make your own. We made ours in probably 30 minutes. Like, our designer Alyssa's amazing, but she goes on, creates these like shapes, puts these little fake people together in our brand colors. We come up with the captions that we think are relatable. We share it, and I got probably 5 comments yesterday like, those were so funny, those were so relatable. Like, even Mr. Never misses a happy hour. Like, the guy messaged me and was like, oh my god, this is so funny and so relatable. So, but that's what I mean is, like, it's all about relatability and being able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So, another question. Do you think all companies should capitalize on trends? Do you think it's certain companies? What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good point. I would say it depends on the industry or the space you're in. Us as a marketing agency, like, we have to be on top of the trends. What if we don't share them ourselves, we have to at least understand them.
Right.
So I think for me, we asked our boss if we could post this, and he was like, I don't understand the trend, but he understood the importance of the trend and being not relatable, but like posting the content and showing, hey, we're on top of it. So I think in our case, it's very important to be on the trend and then participate as well, just to show that we're like with it and on all the platforms. But I don't think maybe necessarily every company needs to be. I will say though, if a financial advisor were to do this trend, it would almost be funnier because it's so out of their league. You know what I mean? It's so out of reach for them that it's funnier. That's why, like, do you ever see those, like, when older people on TikTok, they blow up on TikTok because it's like, this is so funny. It's, because it's not their space, you know? Yeah. So I don't think it's ever going to be a bad thing, but to participate in a trend.
Yeah. I think it depends on the trend. It kind of depends on the company, and you need to know your brand and your voice.
Yeah.
I think if there are companies where in the past you haven't touched, like, the funny aspect of marketing, I don't know if a trend is your time to start.
Yeah.
I think you kind of have to ease your way into it. But I think you kind of need to approach it at an as-need basis.
Yeah, kind of like a stepped approach, and then just discovering your voice and tone is very important. Well, thank you guys so much for listening on our evaluation of The Bachelorette and also Little Miss trend.
This was a fun lunch break.
Very fun lunch break. Thank you, Dana. I'm full. Are you full?
I'm full.
Sweet. High five.
High five. See you next time.